Hi, in this video, I'm going to pay tribute to a captain of Singapore Airlines, the late Captain Gurum Singh. To me and to many of us, he was a great pilot. Awesome, he's brave, he's confident, and a lot of good things could be said about him. I want to talk about a flight many years ago when I was a young man, probably in the it was in 1968 or 69. Captain Gurum was flying this plane from Hong Kong into Singapore. Before landing into Singapore, they found out that the technical crew found out that you've got trouble bringing down the nose wheel of the aircraft. In other words, the nose wheel cannot come down, and if you land the plane, the cockpit will hit the runway first and it will burst into flame. So it was an emergency. The flight engineer tried to manually crank the nose wheel down, but it couldn't be done. So the fire brigade in Singapore foamed the runway so that when the plane lands, it won't cause too much of a friction. But nevertheless, it was a very risky thing to land the plane without the nose wheel. So in other words, head down first. The tech crew, the cockpit crew will die first, and then the whole plane will explode. This was a Boeing 707, and the plane was full, 142 passengers. I still remember. My ex-colleague was also a young man then. He was on the flight back home from Hong Kong. So Captain Groom was very calm, and he tried several methods, but it didn't work. So they have to dump fuel over the seas. So they throw away the excess fuel, and then they come back to the airport, which was the Paileba airport at that time. And then, as a last resort, Captain Groom Singh brought the aircraft straight into the air, steep upwards, and then dived down. And my gosh, the nose wheel came down. So everybody was excited. The flight engineer locked the nose wheel, and they were able to land safely, much to the relief of all the passengers and the staff at the airport. Many can't remember this incident because it was a long time. But this captain was a great captain. Many years later, I spoke with the first officer, uh, Mr. Peter Menon, who was the co-pilot at that time. There was a three-man crew, captain, co-pilot, and the flight engineer on the Boeing 707. And Peter Menon has passed away a few years ago. And we had a coffee, chit-chat during off days or during our retirement. And he talked about this incident. He told me that this captain was really a hero. You know, Peter Menon himself was quite nervous, but he said when he looked at his captain, he said that guy is fearless. He was, on the brink of death, and yet he was very confident and he was very reassuring that nothing like that, anything serious will happen. He has a lot of faith, determination, and hope. He really, I pay tribute. I'm paying tribute in this video to Captain Gurum Singh as well as Mr. Peter Menon. Thank you very much for watching my video. I hope you enjoy it.